welcome back to So Crafty with Connie. Today I wanted to just show y'all how to make these bird buns, and what they are these are for can be used by rescues, and they put a bird or whatever injured animal, baby owl, hawk, whatever the case may be, lay him right here, and then he could put his neck or his head right here. And I think they're mainly used for neck injuries. Now they could probably be used for other things as well, but this is a good size that could be used for baby birds, baby hawks, baby owls, anything like that. So, and they're very simple to make, so I'm going to go ahead and show you how to make these. You can use fleece. Fleece is good, and then you don't need a batting in the middle, but if you use flannel, it'd probably be best to put a piece of batting right here, but this is soft enough to where you don't have to do that. Okay, so you're going to start out with 2 pieces of fleece, and you're going to take a 10.5 by 10.5 square, and that's what I have right here. I've already got this cut out, 10.5 by 10.5 square of 2 pieces of fleece. And right now I've got them right sides together, just like that. And so now I have taken a paper plate and I have cut it in half, and then I cut out a 1/2 inch. I went down and I measured, I believe this is a 1/2 inch. Yeah, roughly about a 1/2 inch from the part right here that's sticking out. Just measure down a 1/2 inch, and then I just cut out like a circle. And that is what's going to make this round part right here. Okay, and so now you're going to take this and you're going to put it at one end of your 10.5 inch square, and you're going to cut it out. So I'm going to be kind of moving you back and forth so you can see what I'm doing. So we'll just go to my cutting table right now. Okay. All right, so now I have to work around the cat. The cat doesn't work around me, I work around the cat. So, anyway, I work on her schedule. I'm sure y'all heard that before. Okay, so I'm going to take the paper plate here, and I'm just going to put it at the top edge of one of the corners of the 10.5 inch square, and then I'm just going to cut around it. Now, I do not have the best rotary cutter here, so I need to get me some new blades. So now I'm just going to take my scissors and just kind of cut around it. And you just want to cut, just kind of cut the square, the circle out like so. Okay. So now that has made the curve part. Okay, and now, so you can see a little curve part up there, and now we're going to take the ruler and we're going to go in about 2 3/4 inches from the edge right below the curve. Okay, so I'm going to go in from the edge. I've got me a little ruler. I'm going to take my pen and I'm going to measure 2 3/4 inches in from the side right below the curved part, and I'm just going to make me a little dot. And then I'm going to do the same thing on the other side and kind of keep it a little even. So 2 3/4 inches right underneath where the curve starts, and just make a little dot there. Okay, and you're going to cut that part out, and I'll show you what I'm talking about. So you're just going to take your scissors and you're going to cut a straight line from the bottom of the curved part to where your dot is, where you made that mark, and then you're going to cut out that part to almost where it kind of looks like a mushroom. And then I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. My scissors aren't the best either. Okay. you've kind of got this shape. Looks kind of like a mushroom. Okay, so let's go ahead and take it to the sewing machine and we're going to sew it together. I'm going to show you how to do that. Alrighty. So what you're going to do is you're going to start on one of the curved ends and you're going to go around, all the way around to the other side of the curved end. You're going to leave an opening at the top so you can stuff it. Okay, and what I'm going to do, I'm going to leave about a 2-inch, something like that, from the top. So I'm going to start, I'm going to back stitch just to keep it in secure, and I'm going to do, you could do about a, I'm going to do about 1/4 of an inch seam allowance. You could do a little more if you want, but I'm going to go ahead and do a 1/4 of an inch. And then when I get to the point, I'm just going to pivot. Now when I get to this corner, I'm just going to pivot and bring it around. And then you're just going to sew all the way around to close it up. Back stitch at that point. All right, now you've got it sewn all the way around. Check your sides and make sure that you have it all the edges are sewn. You hadn't missed any of the edges. I have something up here. I'm just going to, okay. Now I'm going to clip my corners right here, just kind of in the corner edges. Right there. Okay. You can also trim this away, or you can clip it like this, the seams around the curve. I found that with fleece, it's pretty stretchable, and it is it's pretty easy to work with, so it's forgiving, so it will go ahead and make that nice curve. You can also cut your corners if you want, but I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to leave it like this, and then I'm going to turn it right side out. All right, I'm going to get my little trusty little stick here. This is the stick I got in the like the Polyfil bag that comes with Polyfil. That's where I got this stick. Okay, so now I got it turned right side out. Okay, so now it looks like this. And then we are going to measure down 3 inches from the top, like this. And then I'm just going to make a little mark right there. And now we're going to top stitch the flat part. And here's what I mean about that. That is going to make this part here. So I'm just going to start, kind of judge where that line, where I made that line, and we're going to start from there. So I just made a straight stitch all across from the top, and then we're going to go down one side. Go down the bottom. Come up the top. And then I'm just going to go over that one more time just to make sure it's nice and secure. Now I'm going to clip my threads. Now we are ready for stuffing. So we've got this part done. Now we're going to stuff it. I'm going to turn it this way so y'all can see. Okay. Now, I believe it is best to, you want to stuff it with polyfill, and you could probably use scraps and things from like fleece because it's soft also. I don't have any polyfill readily available to me right now, so I'm just going to stuff it with some extra fleece. But the best bet would probably use polyfill, but I do believe, you know, scraps from fleece would work also because it's soft. Okay, and so that's what I'm doing now. But like I said, I don't have any polyfill right next to me right now. So as demonstration, I'll just stuff it with fleece, but what I'll do is normally probably just take this out and then stuff it with polyfill. And then you want to make sure that it's stuffed pretty good. Okay. So there you go. That's all good and stuffed. And then next, what you would do is take a needle and thread, and then you would just hand sew it closed. And I'll just do that really quickly. Like I said, fleece is so forgiving, and it's pretty easy to work with. And using fleece is big enough anyway to where you don't have to have batting in between the flat part. Okay. All right, so I got that. I hand stitched that, and there you go. That's all there is to it. And then rescues can use these for injured animals, say with a neck injury. So yeah. So that's about it. If you have any questions, please let me know. I sure appreciate you watching, and thanks so much for all you do for helping animal rescues. And don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel, and stay tuned for more crafting tutorials. Thank y'all. Have a good one.